Hey, my name is Jobby, and today we're taking a look at the X-Transbots Apollyon. It's not Megatron, I swear. Looks like it's missing something. There you go. And because there's little imprints of the logo on his hands, I decided to put stickers on them as well. And for those of you who don't know what Transformers is, where the hell have you been for the past 10 years? Watching movies that don't suck? If you couldn't tell by the weird name and the lack of a logo, this is not an official Hasbro product. It was made by a third-party company called X-Transbots. But this may as well be an official product because this thing is awesome! The painting and the sculpting on this figure is amazing. The look of this figure is directly based on Megatron's look from the 80s. Generation 1 Megatron, as he's called. I like these simple, blocky shapes. And the great mechanical detail just seals the deal. And there's some really nice paintwork here. These splashes of red among the sea of silver keep him from looking too boring. And I especially like the belly buttons, I hate myself. Look at the head. Looks just like the show. Except that Megatron never wore mascara. It's a good look for him though, really makes his eyes pop. And his cannon is big and badass. Like my dick! I hate myself. You could even change the position of the cannon to make him look more like the cartoon. But I like it this way. You ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this because I'm not ready for this, and if you're not ready for this, Whoa! To get the batteries in there, simply take off the screws, carefully remove the front end, and remove this cap. Open up the cannon, and put 3 of these batteries in. Close everything up, flip the switch, and lose your damn mind. I can't even believe how awesome this looks. Such a perfect robot mode. Damn it! Yeah, my figure has a major defect that makes the hips loose. When I first got the figure out of the box, the figure had satisfying clicky joints. But after I transformed him, the clicking just stopped. I already got in touch with X-Transbots, and they're gonna give me some replacement parts. Any day now. Any day now. I've been passing time watching. This guy is heavy, and that's because there's some die-cast metal in the barrel, his feet, and some other places probably. The weight of the figure makes it feel its price. I tell myself that so I don't have to cry into my wallet every night. Check out these accessories! You get this helmet, which is obviously from that one episode where Megatron was a receptionist because he couldn't pay for his college tuition. This key to his, Porsche, and an alternate chest panel with, energon tumor. Also, this panel can open up to reveal, thing. I never watched the original Transformers. I've actually only seen the first 2 episodes, so I know what this is. It's obviously when Megatron had to do community service demolishing old buildings, but flip this panel up, turn around the hand, fold it into the arm, flip the panel down, and slide this into place. And if you take this Bandai Time Machine Nations Act 5 for Mechanics Clear stand, not included, you can hold up the mace. Getting it off is a different story. I'd recommend sanding this part so that the mace slides off easily. Now if you saw the Transformers movie, the only one that exists? What did you think I meant? You'll definitely know what these are. The Murder of Prime starter pack. Peg them into his hands, and he's ready to make Optimus fall! Forgot to wrap his fingers around, and this is the best thing ever. He's got individual ball-jointed fingers, and each finger has 2 joints. Some people might find this annoying to deal with, but whatever, man, I like my spaghetti fingers. The rest of the figure is very posable. Very tight ball joints at the shoulders. But that's only because I switched out the ball sockets. Initially, the ball joints were so loose that Megatron couldn't even pick up his own cannon. Heresy! But X-Transbots took notice. In response to early reviews, X-Transbots provided us with alternate tight ball sockets and a tiny screwdriver to install them. Kawaii as f***. If only X-Transbots put this much care into the hip joint. Downside is that these ball joints might be a little too tight. But it's better than being too loose. Like your mom. Swivel at the head, up and down, swivel here, elbow, swivel here, and of course, waist swivel, clicky clacky hip joints as God intended, up and down on the front skirts and the side skirts, move in and out, swivel here, bend at the knee, up and down at the ankle, and a pivot. And you could pull this out for a posing power-up. Who the fuck talks like that? Shoulders could have had more range, but it's all good. You can still get some nice poses out of this guy. Also, this thing is huge! Here's Evasion Mode Optimus Prime, Figma Sayaka Miki, the 24-inch long NECA Godzilla, and the SH Monster Arch Godzilla. Don't have a Masterpiece Optimus Prime to compare him with. Not yet, anyway. This mode is pretty much perfect. But, if you know anything about G1 Megatron, you know about his questionable alternate mode. It's so stupid that it's cool! The transformation on this figure is no joke. If you wanted to skip to this time code, I wouldn't blame you. First, take off the cannon. On the arms, unfold this flap, and lift this part up until it snaps into place. Flip up this panel, and turn it around. Close the hands, turn the hand around, and fold it inside the arm. And to get it out of the arm, just grab it by the fingers and pull gently. Anyway, shorten the arm. Now flip up this part and shimmy it down. Do the same things with the other arm. And go ahead and turn this part around and snap it into place. Make sure the arms are pointed downward. Moving down to the feet, swing this panel back, close it up, and flip up the heel. Fold out this whole piece and rotate it all the way around. Flip up this part and fold this part down. Now, extend the feet. This will allow you to push back on the knee and collapse it down. Get it in there gently, that's what she said. Coming to the side, unfold this panel, flip up this part, and snap it into place. Accordion out this part, and get this part into here while unfolding this panel. It's as hard as it sounds. Now we got half a handle. Do the same things to the other leg. Unpeg these hip parts and swing them around. These rods are made of metal, so don't worry about them snapping in half. Fold up the crotch piece, and fold up these two pegs. Close it up. Fold out this part, and fold up the trigger and close the parts to hold it into place. Now, swing these leg pieces around and snap them together. And connect this part to here. Turn the waist around, make sure the barrel side is to the right. This is where it gets crazy. Unpeg this thin piece of plastic, swing it around, and bend it here. Unpeg these black parts, fold up these parts. Now you holy shit! The devil does exist. Good thing this whole business is metal, but it doesn't change the fact that it feels awful to handle. Close up this thin piece, fold up these black parts until they line up. Straighten out the arms, and fold them up against each other. Snaps into place. Flip these little things up. Don't close up this gap just yet. Open up this panel, turn the head around, and flip the head down. And to get the head out, simply pull on this hole. Get back in there. Flip up this panel and close it up. Straighten out the barrel and swing it around. Almost done. Push the red sides of the waist and collapse the whole thing down. Now push this section forward. Fold these panels up. And this thing looks dangerously real. This is a good thing. I love how there's a fake safety switch. The trigger is kind of terrifying to pull. And if you want to guarantee your arrest, you get these parts that you can put together to get a... what is this called? And a silencer barrel. Time to kill someone important. These accessories can also be reconfigured into two kinds of battle stands. That just looks silly. Be careful when pulling this apart, you might break the peg. Out of the package, there's this orange plug glued to the barrel. I heated up the barrel with a hairdryer and used pliers to twist it off. This part was pretty simple compared to this damn thing. Let's just say that by the time I was done with this part, I got my replacement parts in the mail. Size comparison part 2. Prime, Sayaka, Godzilla. Overall, this figure is awesome! From the epic box to the transformation designed by Satan, this figure is an experience. If it weren't for those loose hip joints and the painful month-long wait, this figure would have been perfect. So thanks to X-Transbots for sending me these parts, even if it took too long to get here. Get this figure if you're a huge fan of Megatron, or of Transformers in general. But be ready to pay a small fortune for it. This figure is not slaggin' cheap. Totally worth it though, because it comes with a card. Who gives a shit? What am I doing with my life? If you like this video, give me a like and a comment. And don't forget to subscribe for more toy reviews. And if you want to see my other stuff, click these annotations and check the description for links. And follow me on Facebook and Google Plus for updates on the figures I review. I'll see you next time. Something's telling me it might be you. It's telling me it might be you. all I'm